Right. Good evening, everyone. Uh, Today we are going to attend the webinar on Happy Classroom. I welcome you all. So let's dive together into the art of creating a happy classroom where every child shines, and that too with a smile. So, creating a happy classroom, nurturing minds with joy and purpose. So, as educators, it's our sole responsibility that we should nurture the minds with joy, and there should be a purpose, right? To introduce the idea that truly effective classroom is just not academically rich, but emotionally safe. The child should feel safe and secure, inclusive and joyful. A cheerful smile welcomes everyone, where students feel valued, seen, and inspired to learn. So, learning takes place in every classroom, but what is the difference in a happy classroom that we are going to learn and understand in this webinar, in this session? So, before that, I would love to narrate a small story. Hope you will love it. So, dear educators, once upon a time, there was a city, and it was a busy city, right? And in that, there was a school. The school was very good. Students were performing very well. They were scoring good grades. They were highly disciplined, and everything was going on the right track. Suddenly, the teacher who was teaching that specific grade resigned, and a new teacher joined. So when the teacher joined, he observed certain things, and what he did, he kept some colors, some paints, some crayons at the corner of the classroom and asked the children, the students, that whatever you are feeling today, please draw it on the wall. So somebody came forward, draw a rainbow cloud. Somebody came and then draw a volcano. Somebody drew a sun, some a mountain, and somebody just scribbled. And he welcomed each and every thought which they have expressed on the wall. Now, slowly and gradually, what was happening, that there was a close bond between the student and between the teacher. And this is what the happy classroom should be there. The children should feel that they will not be judged, they will not be they will not be observed by the teacher in the way that whether they are right or whether they are wrong. And that's a happy classroom where students are not just taught but touched by emotions and thoughts, not just evaluated but feels elevated. Means happy. So I believe a lot of things I have made clear, that emotional connectivity should be more with our stakeholders, that is with the students. So what is a happy classroom? A happy classroom is one, my dear friends, it has challenges like the other classroom which we face in everyday life, but emotions are acknowledged, not ignored. Relationships are stronger than rules. Rules are very, very essential, but relationships are equally important. Students feel safe to express, explore, and experiment. Teachers are not just instructors, but nurturers. They nurture the child. Joy, curiosity, and kindness are the part of the curriculum. Now, why emotion matters in education? See, emotion play a vital role, a very important role in the field of education, right? When there is emotional connectivity, we feel elated, we feel joyful, and we have a strong rapport with our teacher, isn't it? Think of our time when we were there, when a teacher used to praise us, we used to feel so happy. So emotion plays a very, very important role. Now, difference between a happy and high performing classroom versus a stressed classroom. See, when we are happy, naturally our performance level will increase. And if it is a stressful classroom, maybe academically the children are very good, but emotional bonds, small emotional connectivity will be less. So, a happy classroom is not free from rules or challenges, but full of connection, choice, and care. Whereas in a stressful classroom, it looked more structured. If somebody observe it, will be looking more structured on the surface, but it often hides the emotional wounds and silent fear. We are unable to notice and recognize those things with which the students are suffering. Importance of happiness in learning. Now, what is the role of importance in the process of learning? See, happiness is very, very important. Positive emotions and cognitive development. Now, if I'm talking about positive emotions, means we are very, very happy, and due to which cognitive development, as that is the development of our brain, takes place. Now, positive emotions stimulates or uplifts our mood, and when mood is good, what happens? Improved concentration is there, problem solving approach is there, faster information processing is there, memory retention becomes more. We are able to retain things in our mind at larger number. Critical and uh, create critical thinking and creativity increases in the students, right? They think out of the box and come out with beautiful ideas. Increase motivation and encouragement. So positive emotions helps in cognitive development, and it helps in motivation, reduces mental blockage, long term academic and emotional growth is there, and the children learns at ease. Happiness enhances creativity and development in learning. Now, if we see, if you can see, as you can see on my slide, happiness enhances creativity, attention, and memory. Very true, right? It is the way found, it is the very first step for effective learning. A happy classroom is not just a joyful place, it's a creative hub. Now, what do you understand by creative hub? Means many are there, growth spaces there, and they learn together. As educators, as teachers, we have the power to cultivate emotions and happiness, and it can be done very easily in everyday experience, through kindness, through empathy, through engaging the student, building trust, having emotional groundwork that allows our learner to develop at 360-degree, which NEP, NCF, and SDG goal 4, that is quality education, also promotes. Now, building resilience and intrinsic motivation. Now, what is resilience? See, in everyday life, we come across various type of problems, and we should be able to handle those situations, which we call resilience. So, in today's rapidly changing world, academic knowledge alone is not enough. I hope you all will agree to it. That's what empowers learner is the ability to bounce back and set back from the inner drive to keep moving forward. That's why we must focus on building resilience and intrinsic motivation. Now, in layman's language, if I talk, intrinsic motivation is the inner motivation, or in simple terms, you can say self motivation. And these are two important pillars. What are they? One is resilience, and the other one is intrinsic motivation. Means we should be able to handle the situation. At the same time, my dear friends, my dear educators, we should be self motivated. Every time we will not get the opportunity that somebody is going to come and motivate us. By creating, and how it can be achieved, by creating safe and supporting learning space, by encouraging effort over outcome, by allowing choice and voice in learning. Choice and voice, I hope you are understanding, right? Choice means we are able to select, and we can be able to express ourselves. By modeling optimism, patience, and perseverance, and by helping students to see value in what they learn. So these are very, very important as educators. Now, link of long-term mental health and academic performance. See, mental health is the very important factor. And if our mental health is sound, then academic performance will automatically increase. It will be uplifted. It will be upgraded. So how we can do? Emotional regulation. Children who experience happiness learn how to manage stress. They can handle frustrations. They can handle anger in a more constructive manner, in a more better manner. It builds long-term emotional intelligence. Now, strong safety identity. Now, happy feeling are accepted allows learners to develop confidence and positive self image, critical for teenage and adult mental health. Now, healthy relationship is also very, very important for the learners. Reduce risk of anxiety and depression. So, if a learner is happy, mental health is sound, then these problems will not be there. Resilience and problem solving skill are also very essential. So, what I want to convey to you people, to you as educator, is that we have to take into account, consider into account the mental health of the child. That is very, very important, and we as educators can help in creating a sound mental health for our children in order to generate a happy classroom. Now, Maslow's hierarchy, the psychological foundation. Now, Maslow's hierarchy of needs in a classroom context. What is Maslow's hierarchy? Dear educators, um, uh, in any conversation about students' well-being, this hierarchy, that is Maslow's hierarchy, comes. And what is that? He that we all have different needs, and they are five in number. It's in the form of a pyramid. First is the basic need, which we all need, right? So it has got, Maslow's hierarchy has got five layers. It was developed by a psychologist named Abraham Maslow. And what he said, that there are certain psychological needs, and this is the base. The child should get these needs in the school environment. The child should get these needs at the home atmosphere also. And what are that? Need for hunger, proper sleep, uncomfortable situation should not be there. So if these needs are being fulfilled, then only he will be able to move to the next level. Now, what is the next level? Safety. We all need to be safe, right? Students need to feel physically and emotionally safe, free from bullying, free from chaos. This also introduce we need they need predictable routines and consistent experience. So classroom atmosphere should be there, that the child should feel safe and secure every time. Now, third is love and belonging. See, when somebody cares about us, somebody gives us little extra attention and love, what happens? We feel elevated, our mood uplifts, and we are able to perform in a much more better manner than what we actually are or what we actually can do. Right? So, love and belongingness, giving each child a little care, a little love, and understanding. The child should feel accepted, the child should feel valued, the child should feel connected with the educator or the teacher. Belonging to a age group, team, class creates emotional safety. And this atmosphere we need to create or generate in our classroom. Now, STEAM needs. This is the fourth layer of Maslow's hierarchy, which you can see on my slide. Learners need to feel competent, respected, and recognized. So everyone has got different competencies, and we can promote, uplift, motivate each and every child as per his or her ability. Their self-confidence will grow when they will get appreciation, not just for scores, but for the uniqueness. It's not that if a child is scoring good mark, then only we are going to motivate the child for whatever quality apart from these he or she is having. For that, we can appreciate it. Last law of Maslow's hierarchy is self-actualization, which is the topmost layer of the pyramid. This is where a student becomes motivated, creative, curious, and independent learner. If all the four needs are being fulfilled, then he reaches the level of self-actualization. Right? And why positive psychology in education? Now, why positivity is required? Positive psychology is the scientific study of what makes life worth living, focusing on strength, well-being, and whatever qualities we have, instead of discussing problems. When applied to education, it shifts the focus from fixing what's wrong. Instead of discussing what went wrong, we should look for solution. We should be a problem solver in life. Positive psychology in education means creating an environment where students recognize their strength. We all have strengths, right? I can, we can. Teachers foster resilience and optimism. The culture promotes well being, character building, purpose, and positive relationship. It's not about ignoring challenges. We all have to accept challenges in our life, we all have to face them, but with a positive approach, it can be resolved or it can be solved. And why positive psychology matters in education? Because it enhances academic motivation, right? If we are positive, then we are self motivated. Now, growth mindset and its role in happy learning. What is growth mindset? We all have come across two different words. One is fixed mindset and one is growth mindset. Fixed mindset, where we are not ready to accept what other is conveying, what other is telling, what is the idea or opinion of someone else. And growth mindset, we are open for communication. We are putting our views forward before you. At the same time, we are ready to listen to our drawbacks. We are ready to improve also. So growth mindset plays a very important role, a very crucial role in the learning process. Dear educators, in order to create happy and effective learning environment, one concept stands out as a true game changer. Just now I have discussed, that is growth mindset. And this was generated or developed by the psychologist Carol Dweck. And what he said, a growth mindset is the belief that we all have abilities. We all have different abilities in us, right? Whether it's intelligence, whether it's creativity, whether it's critical thinking, we just need to work upon those areas in order to become more competent in life. And when we have a growth mindset, we will be able to face these challenges. And when there is growth mindset, what happens? It reduces fear of failure. We do not worry, we just work on the challenges which come in our field, right? We do not feel scared. Increases motivation, fosters optimism. We become ashavadi. We are always ready uh, to face the future upcoming challenges in our life. Encourages lifelong learning. See, learning is a never ending process, right? From birth to grave. In fact, we all are learning, right? So it supports and build respectful peer culture. If I am right, I need to understand the perception, the mindset of the other person also. I should be a listener also, right? A happy classroom is not one where students never struggle. It is one where they feel safe to struggle. Struggle is there, but we feel safe, supported to grow. That when I'm growing, somebody is there to rectify my errors, and celebrated for trying. We try different things. Now, if we move in this slide only towards the end, you can see there are different chemicals which are body releases, and they play an important role in the development of positive attitude. The role of dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin in learning and well-being. And what are these? Now, dopamine, we all have heard, it's a motivational molecule, and when this is released by our brain, eh, the students feel rewarded and accomplished, boost focus, attention, goal directed behavior in the classroom. So, and how can we increase this? By praise, by meaningful feedback, by gamifying learning. So, these increases the level of dopamine in our body. Now, serotonin. Now, these are also called mood stabilizers. See, we have heard the word mood swings, that today I'm feeling low, today I'm sad, right? Or I'm not in a good mood. So these work as stabilizers. They regulate the moods. We will not be unstable that someday, wow, we are very happy. On the other day, we are dull, we are depressed, we are not in a good state of mind. So it regulates mood, sleep, and well-being. Students with balanced serotonin feel calm, confident and emotionally stable. They are very calm and stable. Now, talking about the third one, the connecting hormone, which we call oxytocin, released through trust. If we have trust, this hormone will be released, this chemical will be released or secreted in our body. Empathy and social bonding is very important. Make student feels loved, shared, and connected in the classroom. So these are the important things we need to take care. Now, happy learning isn't just feeling safe, feeling good idea. It's a biological process where classrooms are emotionally safe, socially connected, and achievement oriented. The brain naturally releases these chemicals. We don't have to do anything for that. This creates the ideal mental state. And what happens as a result when the amount of it is increased? I believe somebody has switched on the mic, if I'm not wrong. Okay. So deep concentration is there, creativity is there, confidence is there, long-term memory retention is also there, and most important, we have joyful engagement. Whatever we are learning, we are at, we are very happy. Now, pillars of happy learning. There are these are the important pillars. Now, physical safety, physical, emotional, and psychological safety, right? So if I'm talking about physical safety, so well ventilated, clean and clutter-free classroom environment, proper seating arrangement, safe infrastructure, whether it's related to furniture, whether it's electric fittings or any other things. So they come under this category. Emotion, the most important, the emotional safety are very, very important. Now, respectful teacher, student, and peer relationship. When we have a good relationship, we feel emotionally safe. Encouragement of positive expressions in feeling. No tolerance or bullying, teasing or discriminatory remarks. Teachers practicing empathy means we are understanding the viewpoints of other, and active listening. We need to listen to each and every individual. Creating a culture of appreciation. We all love appreciation. If even if work is more and somebody appreciates us, we go beyond that in order to perform the task. Now, psychological safety, which makes our mind relax. Students feel free to ask questions. They do not feel scared. They do not feel that they will be judged whether it's a right question, my dear educators, or a wrong. Mistakes treated as learning opportunities. We are learning from our mistakes. Equal opportunities to participate to all learners. Freedom from constant comparison and labeling. Promoting resilience and confidence through constructive feedback. Now comes purpose, meaning, meaningful learning and connected in real life. What is meaningful learning and how it is connected to real life? See, whether it's NEP or NCF or SDG 4, everyone is of the same viewpoint that learning should go um, uh, throughout our life and we should apply it in our life. So, purpose gives direction and clarity in learning, uh, answers why I am learning this, motivates students to set goals and take ownership. Now, meaningful learning, if I'm talking about meaningful learning, goes beyond memorization, encourages understanding, helps students relate concept to their lives. So it's very, very important. Builds curiosity, creativity, and problem solving approach. Connection to real life. So learning should be imparted in such a manner that it should connect with our real life situation. Whatever we are learning, it should be for our entire life. And why appreciation matters? Appreciation and recognition of efforts and progress. See, whenever we are performing any task or doing any task, we want that somebody should recognize our efforts, right? So it builds self-esteem and confidence, creates positive and supportive classroom environment, encourages students to repeat positive behavior and learning habits. Now, recognition of efforts, acknowledging the process of learning. So when we are learning, that should be acknowledged. It should not be just result oriented. Praising persistence, hard work, and dedication encourages students to keep trying. So we should keep on trying even if there are mistakes in our life. Fun and joy, play, humor, music, and creativity. See, this is the fourth important pillar. See, if we are talking in our at our workplace, or we every time we are working or teaching, it's become monotonous, isn't it, my dear friends? We all love gossiping. So, in the classroom scenario, also there should be fun, there should be joy, there should be play, humor, music, and creativity. So, it uplifts our mood, it helps us to perform in a better manner. So fun and joy in learning is very, very important. And how it can be done? Through play, right? Encourages imagination, collaboration, problem solving. Music enhances our memory and retention of the concept. Now, if I talk about creativity, inspires innovation and critical thinking, encourages students to express, and at the end, what happens? We are able to perform in a better manner. And our classroom becomes a place where everyone is enjoying, whether it's a educator or the child. I believe you all will follow these things in our day-to-day classroom situation, so that we can overcome the problem and everyone's classroom become a happy classroom. Now, role of teacher in a happy classroom. Yes, it's our role. Being an emotionally intelligent educator, right? Self-awareness should be there. So we are able to understand who we are, recognizing our own emotions, right? Triggers and strength, reflecting on teaching practices and impact on student, and what are its impact. Now, self-regulation should be there. Managing stress, sometimes we are stressed due to our personal life also, so that should be there. Empathy should be there, we should be able to handle the situation. Now, as far as social skill are concerned, building strong teacher student and peer relationship, that is very important. Engaging teamwork, collaboration, and respect is another important thing which we need to work upon. And motivation plays a very important role. Now, dear educators, I can see that certain messages are popping up. Right now I will not be addressing them, I will address them towards the end. Hope you will understand. Now, using positive language and constructive feedback, right? So positive language, appreciation, recognition of what you have done or what I have done. Use words that encourage, that inspires, that uplifts our mental health, our mood. Replace negative commands with supportive guidance. Instead of saying don't shout, we can use the word let's use our indoor voice, means let's lower down our voices, right? Acknowledging the efforts before pointing out the areas of improvement, right? There is something good in every child. Build trust and respect, which is very, very important. Now, constructive feedback is very important, and be specific, highlight what was done well, than what can be improved. So, what has been done well, that should be approached. Now, use the sandwich approach. Now, what is a sandwich approach, my dear educators, my dear friends? That is first praise. Okay, if I am good, first you will praise me, then suggestion, ma'am, this is how you can improve your webinars, and then encourage. You have done it, but you can do it far more better. You have the potential, you have the capacity. So this is encouragement. I believe at the end of the webinar, you all will be doing the same with me also. Now, encouraging autonomy and students' voice. See, voicing is very, very important. Give students choice in task, projects, and learning methods. Encourage independent problem solving approach. So These are the few important things. Encouraging autonomy and students' voice, we have already discussed, and role modeling, calmness, gratitude. When we are as role, we will set ourselves as role models. What will happen? The child will also follow the same thing. Calmness, if some problem has arisen, we first need to calm down ourselves, and then we need to resolve the situation. Gratitude, thankfulness is very important, not only to the people of our level, but people who are working under us, people who are working with us. And optimism, Ashavadi, focusing on possibilities. All have infinite possibilities in us. Moving ahead, strategies to create a happy classroom, and we educators have taken the sole responsibility of how we can create a classroom a better place where students learn. Colorful and welcoming space. We all like bright, vibrant colors, right? Class library should be there. Reading corners should be there. Soft boards in which appreciation work of the student should be developed. Motivational posters, or the thing, or if a student has done something specific, then his or her photograph should be there. It will act as a motivation for other. Music corner where a child can relax. Reflection zone where self-assessment can be done. Now, daily routine, modeling greeting. Children learn by looking at their teacher. So, circle time, gratitude practice, thankfulness, happy rituals like compliment Fridays, right? Mindful Mondays, brain breakers and energizers are also very, very important. So, these play a very, very important role in making a classroom uh, far more enjoyable and happy. Now, positive discipline. What is positive discipline? Means proactive behavior management. Focus on teaching, not punishing. Now, for proactive behavior management, set clear expectations that this is what you want, right? Now, there are restorative practices instead of punishment. Shift from what to blame, then how it can be repaired. In layman's language, in simple language, my dear educators, I just want to convey, instead of being finding out the problems, be a problem solver. Collaborative rule making. Now, what is collaborative? Involve student in setting the classroom rules. Creative pedagogies, the method with which you are taking your classes. It should take You should take into consideration storytelling, art, music integration, experiential learning, and play-based learning. Using humor and fun challenges in teaching. See, with teaching, there should be fun, there should be humor, there should be an approach in which sometimes you should crack jokes. It uplifts the mind and make the classroom a more happy and a happening place. Now, fostering positive relationship. Now, student bonding should be there. See, now what we can observe, that students are more involved in smartphones, in laptops. So why it matters? It builds trust, empathy, teamwork, reduces bullying when student bonding activities are more. Now, trust building between teacher and student. So the student should have trust and confidence in you, so that he or she can share each and everything. Parents as partners in happy journey. See, parents are the first teacher of a child. We should be very, very open to the parent, and before that we need to communicate openly with the parent. Parents participation, that is involvement, is very, very necessary in the classroom, right? Celebrating days with the parents, whether it can be a family day, whether it can be an exhibition, whether it can be an art day, and taking their opinions and view add on to a happy classroom. Now, empathy and kindness initiative, empathy, understanding, right? So, help student understand the feeling of others. When we as educators will reflect this in our behavior, they will gradually learn, right? Help student understand the feeling, builds emotional intelligence, and reduces conflict and bullying situation. And how we can do? We are the role models. Classroom activities should be conducted, right? Kindness, you can write something about your friend, and this is how they are kind, right, and generous. Peer support system should be there. Daily practices should be there. Social well-being and social emotional learning, teaching emotional vocabulary and regulations. See, instead of teaching them what is good and what is bad, they should be far more expressive, right? So word bank should be generated, how they are feeling today, whether they are feeling good, they are feeling bad, whether they are feeling low, whether they are feeling elated. They should be expressive, building empathy and compassion. So how it can be done? Model empathy as a teacher. So we as teachers need to portray in our behavior strategies to build compassion, acts of kindness. When we are kind and considerate towards other, peer support system should be there, and mindful practices. It means guided reflection of being kind and self to others. Now, conflict resolution and peer meditation. Now, when there are conflict, the peer group, in that there is a leader, he is able to solve the problem. Journalizing and self-reflection practices. Now, what is journalizing and self-reflection practices? Means there are journals of different type, whether it's a learning journal, a gratitude journal. Gratitude means thankful journal. Feeling journal, how they are feeling. Creative journals in which they are making sketches, writing some poems or stories. And goal journals track personal and academic goals. So they also help us in making our classroom more happy and a happening place. Now, at the same time, we should inclusive and diverse classroom. Respect for different culture, we need to imbibe, we need to inculcate in the student. Encourage peer support and cooperative learning. We all need to cooperate, help each other. Celebrate uniqueness. Instead of pinpointing, we need to celebrate that uniqueness, right, through our activities. Now, dear educators, I'm forwarding the feedback link in the group. I'm also forwarding the link for the how you will generate certificate. Please feel free to ask questions. uh, if there is any query, you can ask me. Let me address to the. Okay. Okay. If students do not smile, okay ma'am, I will address you. I believe everyone got the certificate link and the feedback link. Request you all to fill it. Now the question is, if a student don't smile but still learn, the classroom may be successful but not truly happy. A happy classroom isn't just about learning, it's about feeling safe, valued, and inspired. Yes, of course, sir. Uh, the child will learn, but the child needs to open up in such type of situations, isn't it? So it's a normal activity. Smiling does not mean showing teeth. It means getting connected to the teacher, understanding the emotions. So learning is a continuous process, but with that we need to reflect our emotions also, which is very very important, and you will be able to understand far more better your own stakeholder. I believe I have addressed your query. Uh, Thank you, sir, Satyam sir, for joining me. Really happy. um, Now let's moving ahead. uh, Is there any other query? I would love to address that. Yeah, feedback form is there in the group, sir and ma'ams. Hope this session has cleared all your doubts and queries, and we will truly imbibe it in our practices. I'm really thankful from the bottom of my heart.
Sorry to interrupt you, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Sorry to interrupt you, ma'am. Very good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, uh, ma'am, I have one more doubt. Can you
Yes,
please
sir.
tell me how can a teacher stay happy in class when faced with pressure, deadline, or challenging the students?
Uh, okay, okay. So a teacher can say